Hello, you beautiful rebels. This one is going to be perfect for you. Today's video is going to be a review of the Banksy Tarot. Now, I want to let you know that hello, rebels. This is going to be perfect for you. Today, I'm doing a review of the Banksy Tarot. Definitely a deck for rebels, for the beautifully unconventional, just like its creator, Shiloh Lewis, who I love so much. Okay, I want to share with you first, I'm doing a review of the Banksy Tarot, but this is not the Kickstarter version. She just did this on Kickstarter, okay? I think she just ended the campaign, but she's still taking pre-orders on Etsy, so you want to rush over and get this deck as soon as you can. I want to show you that it came, my version was the pre-order before the Kickstarter, came in just a plain white tuck box, but she sent this fabulous sticker. I'm going to turn it over real quick, pretend you didn't see it. Ah, a Banksy image. And I love that, but that's on the front of my box now, so I know which one is the Banksy. I also want you to see the cards, okay, because I've already told you, you know, it's really important to me. Cardstock is hugely important to me, and I know that Shiloh is doing a great job with her Kickstarter. She's going to do a matte finish. This is an example of the matte finish. These are the backs. Okay, very cool. Banksy's tag, reversible, okay, number one, reversible, really important. They're beautifully resilient. Okay, so these are yeah, a real gorgeous resilient cardstock, easy to shuffle. Okay, that's always like super important to me. And yes, I can riffle shuffle, but I'm not going to do it and ruin my cards just yet, but I will do that for you in just a bit, and I'll show you some of the cards. I'm not going to do a complete walkthrough, but just even like that, aren't they stunning? Really unusual deck. If you're not familiar with Banksy, he's a satirical street artist. He's a political activist. He uses a lot of dark humor in his work based in Britain. Okay, so what works out really well is the creator of this deck was not Banksy, but she collaborated to bring all of these wonderful images to us, and she has done such a beautiful job of mapping them to the writer Waite Smith. So I want to show you that. It is by no means a clone. Okay, it is definitely going to push your intuition. It's going to give you all kinds of things to play with, which is great. It gives fantastic messages in that way. I want to show you some of my favorites. Number one, the Fool. Oh, I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't get better than that. This is probably my favorite hanged man ever on earth. The gentleman here hanging out, clearly his mistress, and the husband looking out there. Fortune, look at that, karma. Doesn't that just make so much sense? So you can clearly feel the inspiration from Rider Waite, but you are not going to get just a direct clone. So it's going to give you so much more than that. Look at the Devil. Oh, that television, that media, what is it that it wants us to know? Oh, we always have to look beyond that, don't we? We have to not be tied to that. And I love how this is an example of his political activism and dark humor, because look at her smiling and falling in love with the TV. The World. Oh, sadly, too many of us do believe it's going down the drain right now, and I always have to show the Strength card because it's just one of my favorites, and I think this one is no exception. It might be my favorite Strength card of all time, so thank you for that one, Shiloh. I think it's absolutely amazing. So this is a relatively hard-hitting deck. This is not going to be one for, if you're looking for fluffy bunnies and you're looking for easy, simple messages to feel all joyful about, that's not necessarily what it's going to give you. It's very deep. It's very soulful. It can be somewhat in your face, but it really does ask you to look at things unconventionally. I wanted to show you the different suits here. Spray cans. This is my favorite spray can card, the 10 of spray cans. Look at that. No comments, no love, no friends. Does that not just speak unconventionally? I love that. Okay, so spray cans is swords. And then we have brushes. This is my favorite brushes card, and the brushes are wands. So this is the 10 of wands. If you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. I think you did this one just for me, Shiloh, and I want to thank you for that. Another of my favorites, and this is an iconic image of Banksy's. I think we've seen this quite a bit. This is the 8 of buckets. Buckets is the cups. And this one, in terms of something that comes up intuitively or even speaks literally, this came up in a reading for me today, and the answer to me was just spit it out already, Lorraine. Just let it go. Now, it didn't make you feel good. The experience wasn't great for me, but say it with love. Share it with love, because I actually did learn from the experience, and I got that from the image, which I thought was fantastic. And then the final suit is the stencils, which is the Pentacles, and this is the 3 of stencils. Can we just mention for a moment, by the way, the font that she has chosen to use for the titling of this deck? Absolutely brilliant. Completely speaks to the art. I think it could not be more perfect. It really could not be more perfect. It's it reads very well, it reads very clearly, but it's also just such a great nod to the artist, I think. And then there's another change here. So instead of page through king, we actually have sister, brother, mother, father. Okay, so we've got the sister of buckets. Oh, look how sweet. And then this one also came up for me today. The brother of stencils will work for idiots. I mean, another example of how it can speak so clearly in a situation and be Rider-Waite inspired, but not a clone. This one, I mean, how can this not be a favorite? The mama of stencils. I'm Banksy's mother. Oh, I don't know how it gets any better than that. Thank you, Diana. And then the papa of spray cans. I just think that's so clever. So, so clever. Okay, so that is, those are the differences from Rider-Waite, but I want you to see how it is totally inspired by Rider-Waite and how you might be able to use this deck, even if you're unfamiliar with the images. As long as you're familiar with the tradition of Rider-Waite, I think this is going to make a whole lot of sense to you. You're going to enjoy reading with it because it really does read quite clearly. I hate to leave you without a reading, okay? So I'm going to knock this down, and by the magic of video, I'm going to come back on the other side, and I'm going to do a reading for you with the Banksy Tarot, okay? So just hold on. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the shuffle process real quick, okay? Because I know a lot of you don't like this, but I absolutely adore the riffle shuffle. Can we just talk about how beautifully that cardstock worked for that? Stunning. This deck is really good, I'm finding so far, for the unconventional conversation, to kind of push you outside of your limits. So what I'm going to ask today is, what is it that we have to say, right? A lot of us have something to say, but we are not always putting it out there. So what is it we have to say? What stands in our way? And where do we have to have the courage to be unconventional and share our voice? And the deck is going to be great for that, I assure you. Okay, what do we have to say? Oh, what stands in our way, and where do we have to be unconventional and take action? Okay, so this is interesting. So here we got, what do we have to say? It's the Sister of Brushes. So this would be the equivalent to the Page of Wands in the Rider-Waite Smith. We have something real snarky to say, don't we? Like, I am my own being. I think I am the queen of the world. I'm going to stand up on a pedestal, but we have something that might be just a little bit boastful to say about ourselves. We might want to boast a little bit more than what we actually have to back it up, okay? So we want to go out there and share something that we might not be ready for. So what we have a tendency to do then is clown about it, right? Like, whatever, I'm just going to turn my nose up for you and act like it doesn't, I don't care. I don't care what you think, okay? I can put anything out there. So what we have to say is something that actually means a great deal to us, something we're very, very passionate about, but we tend to send it out there in, let's just say, a sarcastic way, okay, so that we can protect ourselves. And what stands in our way, this doesn't surprise me at all, is the Five of Brushes. The Five of Brushes, which would be the Five of Wands in the Rider-Waite Smith, it's that whole entire thought of competition, that somehow it's me against you, and if my voice isn't unique enough, that we are going to have trouble sharing our voice in the world because nobody's going to hear us. So I have to somehow be better than you or show off somewhat. And that's so untrue, guys. There's no competition for your voice. There's no competition for mine. There's no competition for anybody's voice. But that is what stands in our way, right? Is that we think we're at opposing ends and there's not enough for everybody to go around. So even being unique in our tarot voice can feel difficult. So we really, 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 I love this, have to have the courage to be unconventional in this way, and we get the Brother of Buckets. So that would be equivalent to the Knight of Cups in the Rider-Waite Smith. You know what? I know you want to protect yourself more than anything else, and you want to feel safe, and you don't want people to criticize you. And so you give off this air of your voice of sarcasm, when in reality what you have to have the courage to do is show your heart clearly. Just absolutely put it out there. You will be protected. It's just the cloak of the ego that's trying to keep you safe, right? This is a message that came up for me earlier today, so this doesn't surprise me. So do you see how it nods to Rider-Waite, but again, you're going to get these really kind of in-your-face messages, right? You're being snarky with your voice. You have something really powerful to share, but you're hiding behind your sarcasm and your bravado a little bit, okay? You're doing this fake it till you make it and acting as if you don't care, when in reality you do. And what's holding you back is you're afraid that nobody else is going to like you, or there's going to be some type of competition for your voice, when in reality what you have to have the courage to do is put yourself out there, okay? So yes, unconventional, not like the Rider-Waite in many ways, and so much like the Rider-Waite in so many others. And let me just show you the card that came up at the root of this reading for me, because it is one of my favorites in the deck. It's the Eight of Spray Cans, the Eight of Swords. We are holding ourselves back. I don't know what my voice is. I'm not sure what I have to say. I don't know what I want to share today, right? And it's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of bull, guys. I'm sorry, but Banksy's calling you on it. Right here, right now, he is calling you on it. All right? The Eight of Spray Cans. You can just lift that shopping cart up off your head, please, and get out there and share your voice. Speaking to me, speaking to so many others out there, you know who I'm talking about. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Shiloh Lewis, who created the Banksy Tarot. I know it's available for pre-order on Etsy now. Please don't miss out on this phenomenal opportunity to have this deck. I think it's absolutely a stunner. Beautifully unconventional, just like its creator. And I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Okay? See you another time.